welcome back to the model bench. In this episode I'm going to be looking at the poop deck. This is the area on the back of the ship. It's also got a navigation bridge and cranes on it. So this is the Trumpeter part. As you can see, it's got a lot of parts molded into it, but I'm going to have to remove them because I've got the KA kit which will upgrade these parts with a little bit better detail. Also here you can see these parts I'm going to have to remove as well, the doors and the portholes. That section there, because I will be adding in better detailed photo art etch parts into here and little windows as well. So I'm going to have to just sand all them off, and once I have them done, then I can also add the decking on top. So it's handy enough, most stuff comes off on this, and that's just a case of just getting a knife, just paring them off and then sanding it smooth, and then a few holes have to be filled as well. So we'll get on to that now. So here is my poop deck. I have all the pieces removed, all the holes are filled in and sanded. I've removed all the parts here that are going to be replaced with photo etch. So basically, just get focused there now. Basically we're going to be adding doors here, little portholes, windows, some doors here and here, and then there's a kind of plate that comes down here, and yeah, so there's a lot to add. Have all the photo etch cut out, I'll show you that, and then we'll just get about applying the photo etch. Once we have all the photo etch on this, then we can obviously paint it, do the half mast or the dark mast color halfway up, and then we can apply the decking. So we'll get on with that now. So this is the decking I'm going to be using. This is the scale decks, and that just fits nicely on here. Again, I'll just apply glue to the decking and to the actual part itself, and then it should go on, you know, smooth it out, and it should go on okay. But I just think it's a lot better than the Trumpeter kit. So here are most of my photo etch. They're removed. Just have to file the edges on some parts, but they're all ready to install. We've got like the little door, if you can just get that to focus. So really nice. They're really going to add a lovely bit of detail. It's the kind of panel that goes on each side. Okay, so here is the poop deck. I have just primed it with some Tamiya white primer. Stuck on all the photo etch parts. So now I have all the top masked off because I have to spray the bottom here, the dark masked colour. So I have, it was tricky enough to mask off, but I have all that, I have the sealing masked off. So I'm going to give this a coat of the dark masked. Once I take this off, then I think I might have to just touch up the top a little bit, but it's looking good. So we will get on with airbrushing. So here is the poop deck. As you can see, I've painted the dark mask colour on the bottom and the flat white on top. I've also added the panels either side. Painted in the windows a nice little tan colour, so they look great. I've also painted, if you notice, the water fountains on either side. They're just little gold, picked them out in gold paint, so they look really good. And then I've noticed as well, underneath this area it's got kind of like beams, so I decided what I was going to do is make some out of styrene, just add a little bit of interest to that area. So here's what I made, just flat styrene sheets, added little rods, and they're just going to fit underneath. I've temporarily just put in some little nano lights, so these plastics will just slip underneath that like this. It's a bit tricky, but I'm going to glue these into place obviously and make them look a lot more finished. This is the other side here, and again that will just slip underneath the nano light that's in place. And I just think these add a little bit of interest to the area rather than just having flat plastic underneath. So as you can see, once they're glued into place, just give a nice little bit of detail to under there. And also there will be two beams coming down from either side here, so they'll be added in as well. I've also added a little nano light at the back. It's a little navigation light, and again just temporarily, just to see how it looks. I'll show you that now. That's underneath the poop deck, the two little nano lights that I pointed out earlier. So as you can see, they give off a lovely little bit of light. That's the navigation light, and once the railings go in, I'll be able to attach it to the railings and then maybe even paint the wires white, and that will just kind of disguise the light a little bit, but I think it really adds a nice little bit of detail to the ship. I can show you the two under the deck, under the poop deck. So that's the two lights lighting there. There you go. So they give a nice little bit of illumination to under that area. And again, because I have the dimmer strip, I'll be able to you know, I'll be able to kind of control how bright those lights are so they're not too overwhelming. There's also going to be a navigation bridge put here, and they'll have some lights underneath as well. So I'll sort them out once I get the navigation bridge in place. But yeah, it's looking good. Also the cranes here, they have a little light in them as well, and I think I might just put a fibre optic in those and then just kind of drop it down into the hull. I think that should be enough illumination. So yeah, it's looking good, and just a lot more details obviously to add, but I'll probably do them once the poop deck is in place.